Greeting, the Force Factor family. Tonight we having this amazing pleasure to have on our podcast Victoria Pittman, the CEO of the Vibrant Society LLC. She will enlighten us with so many beautiful tips and amazing stories. So stay put. Victoria, thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
Oh my
So the
gosh, I'm so excited to be here.
My pleasure. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself to our viewers.
Yes, hello everybody. I'm Victoria Pittman. Um, you know what? I live in Houston, Texas. But I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, by way of Charlotte, and I ended up here. I have a background in banking, but it's a beautiful story. I broke out of banking and decided to strike it on my own and do what I love to do, which is relationships and dating. So that's a little bit about me. I'm happy-go-lucky. I'm a romantic, and I love love.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. And I love your color. I mean, you are beautiful. You represent love, 100%.
Yes.
100%. Absolutely beautiful. Love the pink on you. So
Thank you.
this is gonna be very interesting because we
Yeah.
coming from Detroit and now we're in Houston, Texas. So I just want you to tell us a little bit. Clearly, you're a very passionate person. So what's
Yes.
the story behind the passion? Let's start with your why. What fuel your passion for helping people build vibrant, meaningful relationship? Just give us a little bit, any pivotal moment in your life that inspire you to pursue this path.
Yeah, my why is, I think back to when I was younger, I always had a curiosity about myself. I wanted to know, like, why do I say the things that I say? Why do I think the things that I think? And so when I started that curiosity, it started with the relationship with me. And then as I progressed and I got older, I was like, what's the relationship between me and my siblings? Like, what are dynamics? Like, why, as the older sibling, why do I act this way? And then I have my younger sibling, I want to mother him and be mama bear, and my middle sibling. So I would go through that. And as opened up spiritually, I was like, my relationship with God. I said, I'm curious about that. Like, how does this work? And so I was always curious about relationships and the connections between them. And then when I got, in my 30s, I was curious about the relationships with men, honey. I love them. I love relationships. And so that's where I found I had a passion for it. I was like, oh, I love learning about men, the dynamics with how we think. I loved all of it. And so I would dive into books, I would read, I would do those things because, honey, I loved love. And so that's where my passion came from. It all started with me, but through the trajectory, I found that I was a connector, that I love relationships. And so that's what kind of brought me here today. And I would say the pivotal point that really kind of changed the trajectory for me in terms of creating that career. I, mentioned before I had a corporate career in banking. That's where I got my degree from Tuskegee University, from finance. And so, I was getting to a point where it was stressing me out. So I decided to take a self-imposed sabbatical. Okay. And so in that sabbatical, I was wondering, like, I had this career and it's been great. I was promoted, I had all the things, but I'm just not fulfilled. And so on that, I discovered, I'm like, "Ah, I think I'm supposed to do my own thing, but what is that?" And I had a conversation with my sister while I'm on my sabbatical, and she was like, "Girl, you always love counseling people. You like this and that. Why don't you find something in that realm?" And so, through some self actualization, I was like, "I don't want to be no therapist, honey. I'm positive. I want to move people forward." So that's when I discovered coaching. I said, "This is perfect. Coaching is not therapy. It's different. We're moving people forward, and I want people to dream." And so I said, "What type of coach do I want to be?" And I said, "Well, why don't we do what makes you happy? You love relationships and you love love." And so I combined the two. And now I was like, how do I actually make this a business? So I actually got with a business coach, Pamela Lu Hing at Powerhouse Coaches, and she helped me take the spark of my idea and actually build a business from it. And it was an amazing process. And that is how we got to the vibrant society.
Oh my God. You know what, Victoria? You give me chills. Like as I listen to it, it's just so amazing because I hear like it's first it's a calling, and then you go on faith and then you pursue something that was naturally embedded in you, from even the love of your siblings. So something that sometimes people take it for granted. And
Yes,
a lot of people may not really understand how big is to have this sibling dynamic, because I can assure you,
yes,
like, my sister's visiting right now and I am like in totally in heaven. I feel so much love, I feel so much joy and peace. It's something
yes,
that people don't understand, like have
yes,
that love, the genuine love, pure love, especially from sibling. And then hear you talking, this is just like hit home
yes,
a little bit. It's like, oh my God, yes.
yes.
So
I love
so
my siblings.
I know, I can tell. I can tell you is such a, like, you're, how am I put this? Like, you contaminate me with your joy. You're just so happy. It's just, I just can't stop smiling listening to you talking. It's just like, I'm like, oh my God, I want her to be my coach. Because,
Girl,
it takes a lot to
it
coach people.
do.
Yeah, so I want to know now, because I mean, clearly I can see that. I just want
Mhm.
people to understand, like, can you just share maybe like some type of like an example, how this transformation, like, can I how what's what, let me put it in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so we want to know, what is the heartbeat of your business? How does
Yeah.
it change life? And then as we're talking about a different transformation, if you can give us a little bit about an idea, practical idea, if you can, and maybe why do you think well, you clearly kind of say why, so I'm not really gonna say why, but how
Yeah.
do you create that transformation from somebody that is, of course, not your siblings, to somebody that you're not supposed to love or know, but come to you and then be like, you know what, Victoria, I
Yeah.
do, so just give us a little
Yeah.
bit. And if you have one example or maybe one of your proudest moments, that would be nice too.
Yeah, yeah. So, like the heartbeat of the vibrant society, let me just share like kind of where it stems from. So, something I've noticed about myself when I was just a young adult is that women would share their stories with me. I would say I've been a collector of stories even before I even knew I would be in this profession. So, imagine me 22, 23 years old out here just starting life, and women at church, women that they would see me and share their stories with me. And, my friends would share their stories with me. And what I discovered is that just like me, what these women really wanted is they wanted to have success in their life, and they just wanted to find love of a man that really loved them and would be good to them. And that's how I can just string the pearls together. And but what I saw was there was an underlining, I don't know if it was from society or maybe it was a viewpoint, is that women really can't have it all. You know what I'm saying? So you could, have this beautiful family, but maybe you just don't have a career. Or, hey, you can have this, but you have to put your dreams aside to raise your kids. Or if you have this major career, then you really just can't have love. You just have to have that man, or things like that. Those are some of the dynamics I kind of saw with society, with stories, or even I thought it for a little bit like, man, I can't have this. And so one day I was like, no, we can have it all. We can have it all. And that's what birthed the Vibrant Society, because I said we can have it all, but we have to look at it through a different lens. We can't look at it the way society looks at it. And I wanted to create a vibrant lens. And so where it starts with, and where it started with me, is it started with dreaming. It started with imagination. And the question was posed to me internally. One day I had to get sat down and said, if your life had no limits, if there was no holdbacks with money, resources, time, what would you do with your life? And so I was like, that's a big question. And it made me think. And then when it made me think, I started to paint a picture of a world so grand. And so that is where it starts. It starts with your dreams. Because if you can create your reality, you have something, a vision to go after. And that is that's the birthplace, right? And so I wanted women to dream, but also, when I was listening to these stories, I saw that sometimes we are living in the gardens of decisions and choices that we made. And sometimes those choices may not have been the best choices, or maybe they were the best choices. And so, the other part of it that I saw was that we need to be the woman, the queen that rules her life. And so I started to go down the path of what is that intuitive wisdom that we all have naturally? And I wanted to pick that thing apart, and I wanted to see, what is it? What are your emotions telling you? What is your physical body? There's wisdom in that body, your intellect, your spirit. What are all those things telling you, so you can make some of the right decisions for you? And that is the other piece. And the third piece that I figured out, this listening to stories and even looking at myself, is that, listen, we are dream girls, honey, that we can attract and keep high quality men. Because, I listened to the women's stories, and it seems like this man did this. But then I was like, huh, I wonder if we actually learned how to date. If we learn the dynamics of relationships, if we can change that narrative. And so, what I wanted to create is, if I can create an environment so that the women can understand, that they are the visionary, they are the queen that rules their life, and that they are the dream girl, then they can create the ecosystem that can create the life that they can have it all. And so, it starts right there, all inside of you. And that is what really kind of birthed the heartbeat of vibrant society, that I didn't want women to be limited. I wanted them to be limitless, because that's what I believe. And so that's it. That's where it came from, honey. And so I forgot, there was another question you asked me. I got so caught up. But
One of
was
your
there like
proudest moment. One of your proudest moment.
one of my proudest moments in the business, or just in life?
I want to say like maybe with one of your clients.
Yes, yes, yes. So, there was a breakthrough with the client. This was very early on in my coaching career. And, she was one of my very first clients. I was still in school, honey, just trying to get some credits. And, we were talking. She wanted to find out about, we were really focused about her career. We were focused about, she was unemployed and she was trying to figure that out. And so, we had coaching sessions set up, but something that I noticed is that, though we're trying to talk about her career, what I noticed is that there was a lot of unhealed personal issues and love issues that seeming to come up the cracks. And honey, let me tell you, they drained her, honey, and they drained me too. I left that call like, oh Lord, I'm exasperated. And so, as we kept going, we had the aha moment. The breakthrough happened for
Mm,
her. And what the breakthrough happened with her is that, before we can even move forward, we actually have to go back. And so
mm,
she needed to actually have some therapeutic
mm,
services. And I'm not a therapist, but she said, I need to go to therapy, because what therapy helps you do is, it helps you to look at the cracks, some in your foundation, to understand them, to heal them, and to look at them. And what coaching does is, when you are kind of here at a baseline level, we help you get to your goals. We help you
mm.
move you forward. So, that was a big breakthrough for me, is that sometimes before you can go forward, you have to go back. And so that was one of the biggest breakthroughs that I learned early on in coaching. And there's nothing wrong with that. That just means that once you get yourself healed, you have a good understanding of you, then honey, we can move forward and we can build dreams. So that was one of the biggest aha moments I had really early on.
I love that. Oh my gosh. So, you already mentioned a couple of them. So we know that with the modern dating landscape today, it feels like we kind of navigating a maze. So, what do you think is actually the biggest challenges? You kind of brushed a couple of them, but what do you think is the biggest challenges that singles are facing today in this
Yeah.
digital era?
Girl, here is the biggest challenge that I'm finding with singles. Honey, you ain't got no plan. You got to have a plan, a strategies, and some intentions when you're out here dating. Listen, as women, we be having career plans since you was 18. You'll get out here and have a plan to buy a house and you'll get with someone else to NACA, something like that. But there's no plan about how you're dating. And so
Mm,
when you do that, you enter the general population. And the
mm,
general population comes with its issues and a lot of shenanigans. And
mm,
so, what I think is the biggest issue with singles is knowing and having a plan, knowing yourself. What are your values? Like
mm,
your personal values. Can you articulate those? What are some of your belief systems and how you see the world so that
mm,
you can know the character that you're looking for? What is your character? So I think one is knowing yourself and knowing those answers to those questions and figuring out, okay, what that does is it shrinks the pool. Okay, these are the types of partners that I'm going to need. That way you're shrinking the pool so that you know what you're looking for and know when you see it, I say, I found it. This is it. But when you don't have that plan, if you don't have a strategy, you just out here willy nilly, okay?
mm.
With all the shenanigans that come with it. And then your whole mindset through dating changes because you're like, oh, it sucks. No, you just need a plan, baby. That's all you need is a plan.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very big thing that that you mentioned because a lot of time, like you say, like I talk to people and they just say the weirdest thing to me because it's like, oh, I just want somebody,
Mm,
oh, this person got somebody, why I don't have it? I'm just wondering, you just want somebody like anybody? I mean,
mm,
how possibly you so ready to settle so low,
mhm,
and it's come back to kind of like the next question I want to ask you because again, I feel like a lot of people have lack of self love. So,
mm,
I'm trying to ask you, how do you help people to kind of discover themselves and maybe hopefully be able to make a plan, moving into the dating world? Because I think personally, I feel like if you're willing to settle, so
mhm.
easily, you haven't put yourself first.
Yeah. And what I find with self-love is that's the very first thing you need to have because self-love is so important. What I find is that, most singles are looking at just the relationship piece. But if you break a relationship down, it comes to individuals. There's two individuals there. And so when you look at the individual, you have to open it up and say, okay, as an individual, do I love myself? Do I accept myself, flaws and all? Can I articulate who I am? And what I find is that you have to be a PhD in you. Listen, you
Mm,
cannot expect somebody else to do it. You have to do it. Okay. And so that's the key. The key is you have to open yourself up. You have to believe in yourself. And what I do is I just take you through a course of you. We look at your relationship blueprint. What is the lens that you're looking yourself through? How is the relationship with your mom, your dad, the dark room, the things that you don't want to share with anybody? We have to shine the light into those places because there's the places where some self sabotage can happen. How do you see yourself? Can you articulate what your identity is? That's how I take people through that because when you start to actually put the pieces of you together, you're going to see that you are the bomb.com, baby. And
mm,
that is what you need to have because if no one believes that but you, honey, because you can't expect someone else to believe it because you will believe what you tell yourself. And so that's how I help people. I have to help you open yourself up and look at your story, honey. You are beautiful and you're going to believe
mm.
it too.
I love I really do. So how do you how do you help them kind of break through break free from those patterns that kind of hold them back in life? So how do you let's take us to a little scenario.
Yeah. And so what we do, so how I help clients break through. So I have a program, I call it, dream big, love bigger, the keys to unlocking your dream life and your dream man. Okay. And so what I do is I have to start with the visionary because that's what's the first part of this journey is you have to become the visionary that builds her dreams because we can go inside of you, but if you don't have a vision, if you don't have a big dream, you have to look into the future because that's the first thing. You have to have hope. You have to have a belief in something. And so first I help you to go look through what is the inner child you? What did you used to dream about? Okay. What is it, the adolescent you? What is the adult you? What is the future you? What are you dreaming about? And we talk about those abundance principles. We talk about the imagination and that creative spirit that's in you that helps you create your life. And
Mhm.
secondly, what we do is we look at all the things that make up you, your identity, your personality, your passions. We look at all those things so that you can articulate, well, who are you? Listen, you are more than just your career. You are just more than just a mom, but who are you created to be? And so we get clear on who you are, and because it's so important to know your vision and know who you are. And then we start to look through, and what I'll have the women do is look at your life cycles. As women, we are always on a cycle, honey, every month, but there are cycles in your life. And so we look at the different things that are happening in your lifespan to what we know now, and we articulate what are the themes that we're seeing. What are the highs, the lows, the mountains? And let's see, how did you overcome some of those things? So we have to bring you back to that. Um, and then, we do the ABCs of you. What are those adjectives that describe you? Okay. Because I wanted you to know that you are a bad mamma jamma. You got to do it. Okay. And then once we do that, we go through your relationship blueprint. We look at all those things. And then when we do all of those things, we unpack that. We want to understand what are some of the root causes that may be, holding you back, or there could be a memory, things like that. So we try to go down to the lowest denominator and then we kind of build ourselves back up. Because before we can even get into love of another person, I want you to love you. And that's
Yeah.
how we do that. We go through all the different steps.
I love that. And I also can I mean I'm not gonna tell. I just know that you are a very great speaker and also a change maker. And every time you step on stage, you speak to the audience, you change lives. But I want you to help my audience today. So I would like
Yeah.
for you to give us one message that we can kind of, take home, What would you
Yes.
tell us?
I would tell you three things, okay? The first is dream big. Listen,
Mm,
no small potatoes here. I want you to dream big that you are limitless, okay? There are no limits holding you back but yourself. So
mm,
dream the biggest dream, okay? And you have all the skill sets needed to bring that dream into fruition. And so the second thing I would tell you is discover you. Discover you. Get curious about you. You are just more than just a worker or a cog in the wheel. You are a unique individual.
mm.
There is no one that has your fingerprints, whoever was or whoever will. You are unique and that you are here for a purpose in this earth. So discover the beauty of you. And then I would say the last is find love. Most people are out here searching for love, okay? That finding love is for you. Okay, that's not for just whoever or that one person. Like, yeah, she's going to get what she wants. No, you. Okay, so
Mhm.
find love because when you have a vision and you discover you, finding love, it can be easy, honey. It can be easy because you have so much love and you exude all that glory in it. So find love, and that will be my message. Dream big, discover you, and find love.
I love that. I'm a sucker at love. I just love love. I love love story. I didn't hear that. So, another situation that we encounter a lot, after people, move through a, breakup, they always very discouraged. So how can we help them to dream? Because most of the time the fears is there and then, they just kind of like don't have this hope or faith in the future because they still kind of healing through. So how can they be able to dream and believe in love
Yeah.
again?
So this is what I would say. I will reframe it to say, how can I renew and restore me to my full potential so that I have love and abundance? That means my cup is overflowing, right? And so that's how I reframe when you have a heartbreak like that. And so how do you do that? One of the things I say is practice self-care. So what is self-care to you? For me, it's going to the spa, it's going to, all the different things, my trainer, my esthetician, honey, whoever I need to go to get myself up. That means discover your passions. What are you passionate about? Because that fills you up with joy, right? So go back to some of those hobbies that you love to do. Not just, oh, this will help me in my career or this will help me with my kid. No, do it for the love of doing it. Okay. What is it that you enjoy doing? Because that fills up your cup. And next, build a community. I find that a lot of women don't even have friends. Like, you need some friends, honey, that can support you and be rah, rah, rah with you. Okay. So build a community. And if you have a community, nurture that community of friends and friendships and sisterhood because it builds up that love. And so when you build up that self-care, you build up the passions and you build up that community, it fills you back up. And when you are filled back up, then it's like, you can dream again, okay? And you can think about, I'm kind of ready to get back out there and see what it is. Because listen, we don't have a scarcity mindset here. There is an abundance of men waiting for you, okay? And so when you have that type of attitude, you get it together and you come up with a plan, okay? Sometimes you got to tweak the plan you had before. And if you didn't have a plan, now you just need to create one. And so when you get back out there and dating, you have a plan and you have a method of moving when it comes to navigating men. So, build yourself up in abundance because you want to give love out of the abundance. You don't want to just give love in the core. You need to have an abundance. And so that's what I would tell the listeners out there when it comes to love after heartbreak.
I love that. What is your personal secret to keep you grounded in your mission?
I would say don't give up on love. That
Mm.
is what I tell myself. That's what I tell women. Don't give up for love because love is for you. That's what I say. Since I've been doing this work, I find that there's a majority of women that are excited to hear what I'm talking about, but there's a segment of women that I get a little visceral reaction to any type of love, any type of hope. They're like, oh no, I don't want to come to that. No, I even got a dissertation one time of the stats of Black women in marriage and everything else. And I was just like, it's all right, sister. You know what I'm saying? I respected her boundaries, but I said, you know what? I just speak that she don't give up on love. And so that's what keeps me going. Love is for you. Don't give up on love. That's what keeps me going.
I'll definitely hold myself to that. So now let's pretend you have a magic wand. What can you change about this modern dating process?
I would
Anything.
get rid of text. I would get rid of text, messaging, and apps. I would get rid of it and I would force everyone to call somebody on the phone, video chat, or go on a date. You know why?
Ah,
I am tired of text phantoms. I'm tired of the zombies that they come back to life, ghosts. I'm tired
yes.
of it all. All the Ghostbusters, I'm a Ghostbuster. We ain't doing none of that. I would get rid of text messaging and dating.
I really, really, I used to be a phone person until I discovered text, and you cannot take me off of text. I love text. But I'm not a ghost texter.
Mhm.
This is interesting. Okay. So I want to ask you something before. I know, like, we kind of late, and I so appreciate you're so patient and so adorable. It's just so loving. You are absolutely like a love logo.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna call you. But
Listen, girl, I love
I love it.
it.
Is it okay? What is the most surprising thing you learn about love?
I've learned that love grows. It has different, it's got like a plant, it has roots that you have to nurture it. So you nurture it with the loving, kind words that you say, it's the actions that you do, it's the little, gestures of genuineness, of empathy, that love grows that way. It has roots. And so that's what surprises me about love, that it doesn't just stay the same, that it can evolve if you nurture it properly.
I love it. This is absolutely amazing. Another question I have for you. This is one of those questions where we learn stuff, but what is this one piece of advice that actually changed your life?
One piece of advice I got it from a TV show, Living Single. It was Regine and her mom. And she told Regine, there will always be a man. And that is something I tell women, there will always be a man. So even if one goes, honey, there will be another man and another man and another man. So don't have a scarcity mindset towards men, okay? Men are in abundance. Okay. So that is the one piece of advice I would tell you that I got from living single in the 90s. Okay.
Living single, and the 90s was the best time ever. I
Yes.
miss everything about the 90s. The TV show, the music, the style,
Yeah.
everything. I miss the 90s. Oh.
The 90s was a time, honey.
So as we almost done, what is next for you and the vibrant legacy, like the vibrant society? What's next for you?
Well, what's next for us is I am launching my first cohort for the Dream Big, Love Bigger, keys to unlocking your dream life and dream man. And so, with that program, and I've been kind of speaking and weaving it in here, is that, we are trying to become the visionaries that build her dreams. We're going through dream dives. We're looking at abundance. We're looking at speaking our visions and casting it out. And we are doing the queen that rules her life. We are looking at intuition. We're looking at, every even pieces of who we are, our identity, our passions, and we are becoming the dream girls that attract and keep high caliber men. So I'm taking them through all the dynamics between men and women, giving them a marketing strategy, looking at, dating and navigating dating and how to vet men. That is the biggest thing that we're doing right now. And so, I do want to offer, the listeners a little token. So if you're interested in this, of course, do a free discovery call with me, but I want to actually give them an incentive too. So if you're listening to this podcast, I'm going to put a discount code down below. And so you'll get 10% off the program. Okay. So I want to offer that up to the ladies, and we're looking for ladies who are in their 30s and 40s. That's who it's directed to. And just come, talk to me. Talking to me is free, honey. But the program, what I'm saying? I want you to invest in you. Okay. So yeah, so that's what's coming up. We'll have another cohort come the summer. So that code is good to May 31st of 2025.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We love little freebies. We do. So now I have that one main question. If you could leave one lasting legacy in a word of love and relationship, what would it be?
One lasting love and legacy, what would that be? To love yourself, to accept yourself, to dream the biggest dream. And love is for you. That's what I would leave. Love yourself, accept yourself, dream big, and find love.
I love it. Thank you so much. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Victoria, this is amazing. Now, how can we reach out to you? I would definitely post all the information in the back of the video, but
Yep.
how can we reach out to you?
Yes. So I am on Facebook. I'm on Instagram and I'm on TikTok, at the Vibrant Society Social Hub. So you can find me there on social media there. If you're on LinkedIn, just connect with me. I'm Victoria G. Pittman, and I have my qualifications at the end. I'm CPC and PMP, so you can look for me there. Also, I have a website, so that's www.thevibrantsociety.com. So visit my website, and there you can find my Facebook group. You can join my free masterclass that I host every Tuesday night, The Queen's Blueprint, How to Choose Your King. All those things are there. So I would love, love, love for you all to come visit. And like I said, if you want to try me out, come to the free masterclass, honey. I do it every Tuesday night.
Where do you have the free masterclass on Tuesday night?
It's on Zoom. So when you register on my website, you'll instantly get a Zoom link and it's there. So I host at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. You'll find me there Tuesday night. So tell your single girlfriends to come on. And I make it fun, honey. I'm very energetic and I make sure that you're in the chat. We're having fun every Tuesday night for free.
I love it. And I can tell you look, we can feel your energy, Victoria. Your energy is so positive, so loving. I feel so good. Like I was talking to you, I was feeling like, like you said, dream. You're not just talking about, you transferring the
Yeah.
feeling. This is so amazing. I'm just
Yes.
like so amazed.
Oh my gosh, girl, thank you for saying that because that's how I feel. I just want, that is my mission. That is what I am created. I want women to feel that energy and to dream. Listen, and even if you already live in your dream, honey, there is more inside of you. Okay? There's more
Yeah, you
dreams to
make
be
me feel all romantic. I'm like, what is that talking to this Victoria? Look at me now.
had. That's
I'm here trying to really try to, stay optimistic, let me.
Yes. Listen, my mama used to tell me, she's like, you got to keep hope alive, honey. That's what my mama told me. I said, you
Yes.
my mama. And listen, mama went and got her a husband, a second husband.
My mama.
Listen, okay.
I'm a big dreamer. I still believe in love. Like, probably
Yes.
gonna get married, hopefully for the last time.
Listen,
I'm gonna have to
listen.
talk to you.
Come on, girl. Let's do it. Because listen,
I'm
love
definitely gonna
for
join on
you.
Tuesday, because I need that support. Like I want to talk to some
Come.
people in love.
Yes. And that's what I ask the ladies when we come on that class. I'm like, what kind of data do I have in the house? I be wanting to know. I said, do we got any hopeful romantics out there? Because I'm a romantic. I've always been
Yes.
one where, I just believe in love. And I believe that love is for if you want love, love is gonna come for you. You are putting it out there. It's coming. Okay?
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Thank you so much. So, oh, Factor podcast. This is our guest for tonight, Victoria. Victoria. She is absolutely amazing. Please check on the bottom of the video. All her information will be there. If you have any problem to reach out to Victoria, let me know. I'll find her. She's easy for me to
Yes. Come
find.
find me, y'all. Come find me.
She's great. She always answer her messages, email, and phone call. Like if
I
you really
do.
want to find that love and that support towards your loving journey. I mean, it's so amazing. I'm telling you, like I feel so good. Like you give me this kind of very strange, good feeling and peace and love in my heart. Like I just feel like
Listen,
I want to. I'm gonna go grab me some groceries or something, just for you.
girl, listen, I encourage, and that's something, even before I became a coach, I would push women in my life like, girl, we can't give up. Love, you got this. My sister says, girl, you always want people to find love. I said, yes, because I believe. I do.
Yes.
I
What
do.
can
I
we
believe.
do
Even when
without
they don't
love?
believe, I believe.
Yeah, love is everything. I'm a sucker for love. I'm telling you, that's why I love you so much. Like when I was, studying about you and I was like, this is amazing. Like, the world need more Victoria, period. Let's say it that
Yes,
way. We
I
do.
want them. I want to
Yes.
look, that's why I call my company the Vibrant Society, because I just believe there is so much life to be lived. There's so much life to have. Like, you get one life. Why not make it the best life? Why not be vibrant in it and do everything that you were created to do? You are more than what you see, honey. There is so much in you, and I just believe it. And you can find the right man that will share that with, girl. So I believe, and I know.
Amen. Hey, I'm grabbing, everybody's grabbing it.
Grab it. Receive it.
Receive it. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, Victoria, I so appreciate your time with us today. And I would love to have you again, please.
I would
Please,
love to come back.
thank
Invite
you.
me back, honey. Invite me back. And
Definitely.
everybody, leave some comments below. Y'all support her, okay? Comment, like, subscribe, all right? Because she is
What
out
she
here doing
say?
the Lord's work.
Amen. We definitely want to bring you in, especially coming up to the summer. I would like for you to come because we are going to get out this funk from this winter. I'm in Pennsylvania. We're in a mountain. We don't get a lot of sun. So this summer,
Yeah.
I need you back so you can help the people on this side of the US and even in
Yes.
the world. Why not? People need to get some kind of tips and stuff like that. So keep
They
us
need to.
posted.
I will keep you all posted because I love
Yes.
giving out tips too. So y'all check my TikTok out. I'll be out there making videos, honey.
All right, so follow the TikTok, guys. Please, let's follow the TikTok. Let's participate. We have to be a part of the movement. Love
Yeah.
is not something that is like one. Okay, it's a group, it's a teamwork. So let's put
Yes.
it together. Let's encourage Victoria. She's in this mission to bring us love. She's in this mission to make us dream again, keep hope
Yes.
alive. So please, let's give us some love to the love guru.
All love. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Thank you so much, Victoria. I love you very much, and I will stay in
Thank
touch
you.
with you. And thank
Yes,
you, thank
please
you, thank you
do.
for all that you give us
Thank
tonight.
you. Girl, listen, this brought me life. Thank you for inviting me. I have enjoyed myself so much.
Same here. Thank you, sis.
Bye.
Happy Valentine upcoming.
Yep. Happy Valentine's Day. Love.
Thank you.
Bye.